I said, give me 5 compelling YouTube titles for the above summary, including power words. And it gave me, I got to tell you, some 5 epic like YouTube titles that I was like, I couldn't write that. That's pretty damn good.
My question, for you is, are you going to see yourself taking that article directly from ChatGPT and then like publishing it on your own site, or how are you going to use it?
Really great question. And it's very timely because since I started playing with it, and be honest, I was binge watching hours and hours of YouTube content because I wanted to get my head wrapped around this thing. When I first came across this tool, I had the same initial reaction to it that I'm like, what's the big deal? Until finally, after I heard enough people talking about this, I'm like, okay, let me take a look at this. Your direct question is, how am I actually going to use this? And just recently, this morning, I provided a training for my operations manager. Now, in my world, because my world is YouTube, I'm not planning on using ChatGPT. I always screw that up. Man, I hate that acronym so much.
I like saying OpenAI.
GPT. My tongue just does not, it doesn't work like that. So
and you got to add a 3 to the end too. GPT-3.
Yeah. I can't wait till 4 gets here. And we'll just call it Chat 4. Can we just call it Chat 4, please? Anyways, so where I've found it's exceptionally beneficial for me and my operation is I have a video from my client and we optimize those videos for our client. The video is uploaded to client's YouTube channel. And before the video is even live, we can take that unlisted link, plop it into YouTubetranscript.com and pull the entire transcript from the video. Luckily, there's no cap on length of video from that feature. However, ChatGPT definitely has a text maximum limit, right? Until they at least roll out the Chat Pro, which I'm hoping won't have those kinds of limitations set on them. Anyways.
I've never heard of YouTube transcript. This is a free thing?
Yeah, go to YouTubetranscript.com right now. And you can literally insert.
What the hell?
You haven't played with that? Yeah. It's only.
I've never known. This is crazy.
It's only beneficial if you need a video transcript. And it is beneficial for anybody, because if you come across a long YouTube video and you're like, I don't have time to get through this, just plop it into YouTubetranscript.com, and then you do a search function, Control F, Command F, and then you can search the dialogue for the specific subjects that you actually care about, right? If you don't have time to review an entire video, right? It's totally a hack, right? So anyways, you copy the text and then you go into ChatGPT, because I hire people in the Philippines and English is not their first language, but that's regardless. I'm pointing out the fact that I'm a native English speaker, and this task that I had it do for me is way better than, even though I'm a native English speaker, I wouldn't have been able to do such a good job. So in this example this test that I ran, it's an 11.5-minute video. I was able to grab the entire dialogue, the entire transcript. And then in ChatGPT, I said, summarize the following text in less than 5 sentences using the most popular keywords and search terms, typical popular search terms in YouTube. So it's literally getting the relevant data, because relevancy is an important factor in YouTube, much like it is in Google. Relevancy is one of the 4 pillar factors that are really important. And then we're going to drill this entire 11.5-minute video down into 4 or 5 sentences. Now, it wasn't perfect, right? It's not I don't believe ChatGPT is meant to just copy and paste anything, to be honest. I think it's a great assistant. I think it's a great tool. And then, so I copied and pasted it to serve as the YouTube description. I had to do some tweaks and then leave it in the chat. Don't start a new one, leave it in the chat. And then I said, give me 5 compelling YouTube titles for the above summary, including power words. And it gave me, I got to tell you, some 5 epic like YouTube titles that I was like, I couldn't write that. That's pretty damn good.
I knew this technique. I knew this technique of taking a transcript, asking for a summary. I saw people talking about that. I'm like, that's a really good idea. This YouTubetranscript.com thing, I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen this before. And I'm just like, it took like 1 second and gave the whole transcript for an 8-minute video.
It's like a second or less. And yeah, it's incredible.
That's because the transcription tool is already built into YouTube video. So it's probably just grabbing that.
Yeah, the YouTube AI is listening to every word you say, right? Yeah.
Because you can turn on closed captions, Matt, and it'll just show the
No, I know that, but the way it just like that's crazy. I'm so blown away by this.
I don't know who built YouTubetranscript.com, but it probably ties into the YouTube API, and it gets in an instant. So after I got those 5 ideation YouTube titles, I picked the one that I liked the best, which was in that case number 2. I can't remember the exact title offhand right now, but then I said, for the above title, and then put it in quotations, for the above title, provide 5 thumbnail ideas. And then
oh my God,
I included provide 5 YouTube thumbnail ideas, again, using compelling imagery that is likely to convince a viewer to click and watch the video. And then, or something to that effect, right? I don't have these prompts memorized, but you just use what comes to you, because when you're a marketer, you should be able to give the ChatGPT the enough context for it to spit out. And if it spits something out to you that wasn't really very helpful, fine, do it again. You could tell ChatGPT to do it for you again, but this time do it more humorous tone or educational tone or whatever. Like let's try again, kind of thing. And then the one thumbnail idea that I liked the most, I just copied it and I sent it over to my graphic designer. I'm like, hey, this is the thumbnail I need for this video. Thanks. That's it.
In that tone, right, Andrew? Whatever, man. Can you close the loop there, though? I can see how you use it because you started by saying, here's a video, and you used the transcript tool to then find the text, and then you took the text and then put that into ChatGPT to find the best points from that video, and then you were using those points to turn them into thumbnails. Are you then, because like this is to put on your own video, right? Or did you use your own video as the source material to then come up with did the loop start with your own video, or did it start with someone else's video?
So I just randomly chose a client video that my team had already completed working on, and we're scheduling for
that you need to make a thumbnail for, right? Like that's the end goal here, is to make a thumbnail for your own video.
Exactly.
Okay,
this was already a video that my editors had already completed making. We uploaded it to the client's channel. It's unlisted. It's scheduled for next week. And I'm like, I'm going to see what ChatGPT can do for me for this particular video. I already had the title drafted. I already had the description drafted. Then when I saw what ChatGPT gave me, that made me feel like, okay, let's do a test. And I decided to use the ChatGPT title and description, and also used the advice it gave me for an ideal thumbnail it recommended. I gave those instructions to my graphic designer. He's going to do his magic. I'm not a graphic designer. Again, using ChatGPT as an assistant in this. It's not doing everything, but it's a tool that I can now insert into my business workflow to make us more efficient and make us more effective. So at the end of the day, we're going to be providing a much better product for our clients at the end of the day too.
But soon, that whole image generation thing.
Yeah.
You could describe an image and make it.
Yep.
Soon enough, we'll be able to make our YouTube thumbnails that way.
Yep.
Have you tried the image AI for generating a YouTube thumbnail?
I've tried, but it doesn't format it in the correct aspect ratio.
16:9.
Yeah, they're all squares. So then I was looking at other ones that you would pay for and stuff, and I was gonna get into this later on, but I'm here on one called Photosonic. It still doesn't look like they're 16:9. Yeah, I've also noticed that the prompts, it's not like as powerful as ChatGPT. Like I give it a prompt, it's not really, I can't be like, use this picture of me and then put this stuff in the background. Like it's not that great, but I would say maybe eventually it is, right? It's gonna get there.
On that point then, can we, Andrew, to close the loop, to actually get the finished thumbnail from AI as well. So you get given, like when you said, give me a thumbnail idea for this video, what does it give you? It just gives you a title? Or does it give you like, you should have a picture of a man and then this words?
It did a really great job of describing what it should be. Like you should include a flag with a line through it and then a city in the background. It was actually quite descriptive. But like, and a lot of people are freaking out that they're going to lose their jobs and everything. I really don't think that's the healthy approach here, because at the end of the day, I don't know if it's the same in your world, Yaro, with being a blogger, but when it comes to YouTube, I can't stress this enough. The thumbnail, the title, and the hook, they don't exist in silos. They're not independent factors. They have to work together harmoniously to compel the viewer to click on your video instead of all the other thumbnails that the viewer is looking at, and actually be relevant enough that the viewer won't bounce right away. So these elements need to work together. They're team members and they're all trying to work towards the similar goal. And if you have one person working on the thumbnail and one person working on the title and one person working on the description and the metadata and one person doing the editing, and nobody is communicating to one another, it's going to be so disjointed, the video is going to flop. I can almost guarantee it. And this is what we do for our clients, but the ChatGPT will help us streamline that process. I'm not replacing anybody on my team. At least as of right now, I have no plans, because I still need the graphic designer to make the video. Like Matt said, there's still limits. There's still limitations with this technology. Is it going to get better? Hell yeah. I mean, man, the last 2 months, it's hard to keep up with all these changes.
Because that description you gave of a thumbnail, if you fed that into DALL-E or one of the other ones for imagery, and I'm guessing this is the part it doesn't do yet, but I remember hearing Mr. Beast saying, I spend half my life looking at YouTube data to see what the top videos are for that week is. I look at their thumbnails. I just want to study virality. Let me, what works, and I'll take it back to my own content. That's exactly what AI could do. It could go and study all the best thumbnail designs from this week or this month. You give it that description. It uses that data set of what it knows is working on YouTube and then spits out 10 versions of thumbnails. And then your graphic designer could step in and say, oh, edit this one this way or edit that one that way. And then you've got your final version without almost from start to finish, right? From you produced the video, but you gave it to 2 different AIs, which eventually will be one really, right? And you get a finished visual thumbnail out of it, which I think is very soon. I can see that talking months.
That's a really good way to put it. Yeah. I just feel like it's an added team member.
You know what? Even to back up, you could actually say, I want to make a video about XYZ. Give me a script, give me an outline. I've done that. Like here, I was just kind of playing around for this, for this episode. I was like, I'm making a video about ChatGPT. What should I mention in the video? It gave me an outline. Then I said, give me a description for each point. And it gave me a description. And we could have sat here and just read that out and, acted like as if,
I was going to say, Matt, all 3 of us could be replaced with AI, deep fake versions of us or other human beings.
Oh, God. Oh, we're just going deep.
AI can produce the scripts for what we can say dynamically so we can fight against each other, debate each other. Because you can put 2 ChatGPTs talking to each other and they have a conversation. Yeah. We don't need to be on the show anymore, guys. We should just replace us.
I think technology like this, though, is going to make these kinds of conversations that we're having right now. This is clearly unscripted, authentic, transparent. We're just being ourselves. And I think these kinds of technologies are going to make these kinds of conversations more enjoyable.
Yeah, but not to play devil's advocate, but a ChatGPT having a live interface with another ChatGPT would basically be 2 ChatGPTs just being themselves, right? Like they're doing it in real time. It's not pre-recorded. They're pulling data from their knowledge base. We do it from our own brains. They do it from whatever resources they pull content from. Besides the idea of consciousness, there's not it's pretty close.
This is why it's so important for us to focus on what the unfair advantage that a person has. Like I can make a video and say, I went here and I did this. I bought that. I tested this. I went over there and experience. Like no ChatGPT is or any AI tool can actually say they've experienced anything.
There's nothing original.
Yeah, there's going to be ways for humans to really fully immerse themselves in the human experience because some of the monotonous tasks will be taken over by some of these exciting tools.